Okay, we're going to have a look at the subtraction method called splitting today. We've looked at this in addition, but there are a few kind of small tweaks that we need to do for subtraction. So let's get started with a simple one that doesn't involve any exchanging. Again, we lay this out exactly the same way, so we'll start with 76, take away 32, and we'll leave that open, because we're going to finish the answer. Just like before when we did this, we split this up into tens and units. So lining up perfectly underneath, I have 7 tens, take away 30, or 3 tens. In this case, we don't solve it at the moment. Below that we have 6 units, take away 2 units, and up or equal signs in. Now from this, it's important that we just double check that the number on the left hand side of this operation, which in this case is 70 and in this case is 6, is always larger than the number on the right, and this obviously affects when we come to exchange. In this case it is, so we solve the top one, 30 take away 70, which we know is 40, same as 7 take away 3, and we solve the bottom one, which is 6 take away 2 and 4. From here on in, we add these both together and we should know our answer is 44. This one is quite a simple one. It doesn't involve any exchanging, but we're still doing the same practice of checking that the left hand number is bigger than the right hand number, in which case we can do the subtraction sum. Okay, we'll move on to one that does involve a bit of exchanging. So, keeping at just tens, we'll have a go at 82 take away 34. And straight away we can see that actually in the units column, the 4 is bigger than the 2, so we're going to have problems here. Well, not problems, but we're going to have something extra to do. So 80, take away 30. Again, I'm not solving it yet. And 2, take away 4. And here's where we begin to encounter an extra step. We can see we can definitely do 80 take away 30, but below that we can't take 4 away from 2. So in this case, we have to steal or exchange numbers from the row above. We take a multiple of that number, so it's the tens that we're looking at. So all we do is put a line through, remove a 10 from that, and that becomes 70. We'll pull that 10 down here and add it in, and we should know that 10 plus 2 then makes it 12. Now if we look at our sum, we can see that we can do both individual steps. We can do 12 take away 4, which we know is 8, and we can also do 30 take away 70, which is 40. We can get our final answer of 48, no problem. Okay, last one to try, and we'll have a look at one that involves hundreds this time. But it's exactly the same sort of concept. So let's look this time at 534, take away 262. And let's just write out the various stages. So 500, take away 200. Next stage, looking at the tens, 30, take away 60. And lastly, look at the units, 4, take away 2. Now looking at all the levels, the one that stands out to me straight away is this one, because the number on the left hand side isn't bigger than the number on the right hand side. So firstly, solving from the bottom up, 4 take away 2 is 2. We can't take 60 away from 30, so like we did before, we went to the row above. We can't borrow a 10 off that because it's the hundreds column, so we borrow 100 off it. It then becomes 400. We put 100 down below. It then becomes 130, and we can do that sum now. 60 take away 130 then is 70, and 200 take away 400 is 200, leaving our answer as 272. hope you all find this useful, and if there's any questions, please just ask.